Joy Behar doesn't have much of a filter when discussing various topics on The View, but there are some things she keeps to herself. In fact, on a recent episode of The View's podcast, Behind the Table, she admitted to taking copious notes in 2006 and 2007 due to the series' newest co-host. The one year that Rosie O'Donnell was on the show, I kept a diary, the comedian, 81, admitted, to which producer Brian Tata replied that people would go crazy if she ever publicized her writing as a tell-all. I know they would, but I don't like to do that. I don't talk about The View much, the mom of two explained. Andy Cohen is on his knees begging me to do a book. I don't want you to do it, of course, Tata clarified of her potentially revealing behind-the-scenes secrets. For someone who's known for saying whatever's on her mind at all times, you do hold a lot back, because the conversations in your dressing room are a whole other level. O'Donnell's stint on the talk show was short-lived due to her opinions and the tension she had with co-star Elizabeth Hasselbeck, 46. Earlier this year, O'Donnell, 61, blamed former producer Bill Getty for her downfall as well. The star labeled him an old, cis, white man, Republican who was against everything that I believed in and stood for. She also alleged he was giving her rival talking points of the Republican press that they would release daily. She had the talking points. I was trying to get her to feel more than to fact, continued O'Donnell. And then one day on the show, she kind of threw me under the bus and I was like, are you kidding me? I finished the show, got my coat, walked out, and said, I'm not going back, and I didn't until a few years later when they asked me to come back, she noted. The Mom of Four acknowledged that a roundtable format didn't suit her, noting, I had produced my own show, I was the solo boss, and here I was not having any power to make decisions. Nonetheless, O'Donnell doesn't regret her time on The View. I feel like, with each situation, I learn something. I know this, it's not the best use of my talent to get in a show where I have to argue and defend basic principles of humanity and kindness. It was not something I'd ever do again, she concluded. Entertainment Weekly reported on Behar's podcast appearance.